All right, so the age-old question that a lot of guys want to ask when it comes to the game, and I mean, the era of game is dead. I'm going to make a future video about that. Watch out. The era of game is dead. Remind me of that. But just for the sake of argument, is game needed overseas? Well, particularly if you're talking about the kind of game in which a lot of PUA dating coaches sell you on. You need the cold approach, bro. 50 women 70 times a day. And you need to fit a little stereotype. If you're a brother from another mother, you need to be basically rip off of some PUA Jersey Shore bro, or dude, bro. Yeah, you gotta be a dude, bro. Be a dude, bro. Frat boy. Act like my dad's friend has business. My friend's dad has business, and I'm in the business. Or if you're a brother, sag your pants, talk with chicks, talk like you can on a rap video, or hurt me. That kind of game is not needed overseas. Sorry to tell you guys, that kind of game, that kind of swag, especially that hood swag, that dope boy swag, not only it's not needed overseas, I highly suggest against you using any sort of game like that overseas. I mean, shout out to Travel Bros. I support you guys, but I'm sensing a bit of clinging onto the baby kid culture for my liking to ever really call myself a passport pro, trademark, copyright, patent pendant. I'm sorry. A lot of you guys need to drop that pookie stuff. I mean, I'm watching whatchamacallit channels, and it's like you're telling people, okay, you're going to assume this country, but it has a bunch of hip-hop, trap music stuff in it. No. First of all, I've already explained on Passport Pookie stuff that not everyone needs to go, and a lot of these guys need the SYBAH. So that goes without saying. But this game swag, all this other kind of stuff, and a lot of that swag, let's just be honest, particularly in the community, that was used in order to impress, and no other reason, but to impress Keisha and keep her on your good graces of being a so-called man. You man, you ain't out what? Boy, you're overseas. Why do you need to pander to the gynocracy? Shout out to Ramson. Why do you need to pander to the community? Why do you need to pander to any sort of strag or dag or whatsoever, or even the Karen for the brothers, for other mothers? Well, a lot of those guys, they don't. When they go overseas, they go overseas. So I give them credit for credit's due. They don't pander to Karen. They don't try to, appease Karen. Go Karen. We got a white night. We got an SJW. We got an SJW fight. We got a woke fight, guys. We got a woke fight. Sound like we're doing it sound like we're topping an NPR, guys. It sound like this. So no, they don't have to do that. They don't do that when they're overseas. So why is it that brothers feel that we need game overseas? Save it. And as a matter of fact, I am against using game in that sense overseas. Please do not use game overseas, because all that's going to do to you, actually, if you use game overseas, especially as a brother, right, that's going to limit you to the kind of women who like that subset culture. And to be honest, did you, especially as a brother, go overseas to deal with the same kind of women that you were claiming to wanting to escape from back in the States? Is that you? Well, that is you. You need the SYBAH. You need to click off this channel. So SYBAH, deal with these game guys. Get paid with these game guys, PUA guys, to tell you how to trick Keisha into liking you to the point and just stave off child support. Okay, well, tell me how that works. But for the rest of us guys out here who are already passport bound, SYSBM bound, whatever, you guys, we do not need game. Not in that sense, anyway. But as far as being social, knowing your social surroundings, social awareness, knowing how to conduct yourself, befriend people, do all this kind of stuff, yes, that is needed. That is definitely needed. And some people want to say, oh, that's game, man. That's game. Knowing your surroundings, that's game, man. That's game. Knowing how to talk to someone in a different language, that's game. That is game. You know, freaking knowing how to get money in foreign countries, that's game. That's game. You know, that's game. Knowing how to get your own place overseas, that's game. That's game. That's game. That's game. Knowing how to wipe your own, that's game. That's game. Yeah, having common sense, right? Having common sense, enough common sense to talk to people, to socialize with people, to befriend people, to befriend the right people especially, to be in the right places especially, not hanging out in the club all freaking night. That's the only tourist site you see. If you want to call that game, yeah, you need that. You need that anywhere you go, regardless. And it's, I hate to say this, but there are certain guys who don't have that element in the game, who think going overseas will help it. Sorry, guys, it won't. It's not. You gotta learn your social skills where you are. And this is why I say, for all the brothers out here who are struggling the community, feeling as if they're in that because they're being judged by how street they are by a bunch of baby's kids. Move somewhere else within the country. Move somewhere else within the states. Not all states are made equally, thankfully. Despite what the mainstream media, the leftists, and the rightists want. They want to make this United States one big country full of SJW, we're woke within the SJW fight, or a bunch of neckbeard, good old boy, I'm a MAGA man, oh MAGA man, MAGA man, but lip. If all of you get that reference, shout out to you guys. I will pin your comment. You guys get that reference. Anyway, look. But there are parts of America that are still pragmatic, reasonable. It doesn't require you to be a leftist SJW or a baby kid or a cholo or a rightist, a good old boy rightist, or move to those parts of America. And then get the social skills in order. Make sure it isn't just you, but it's the place that you were living in. And if it's the place that you were living in on why you didn't have a lot of social skills and didn't have a lot of friends, then you're set to go overseas. Now, if it's you, then you may have a bit of work to do that requires some therapy, some deep self-reflection, some real looking into the mirror, which, those can be handled in a professional manner. But for those who live in some barrio or trailer park or woke place or ghetto, you got out, and then you started making friends, starting to get lucky with the ladies, didn't have to pay for it, didn't have to trick for it, didn't have to Jester Max, Thug Max, any of that kind of stuff in order to have a social life, then you don't need game overseas. You don't. Everyone else out there always bet on X.